Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Christmas edition of the Arlington Weekly News for 2012. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
Go Redskins! I'm Daniel Pineda.
And my name's Adele Quo.
And here we go with our Christmas show for 2012, News and Community Bulletin Board, somewhere in there, news and our CBB items, and also our favorite segment,
It's Easy Being Green.
From Adele Quo, Rich, and his reviews. And then we'll wrap it up with an interview from Miriam Gennari. That's our show. But before we go...
That's right, Craig. The Arlington Weekly News. You can view it anytime on www.youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Or you can also visit us on Facebook.
You bet. Okay. Thanks, Daniel. Here we go. The Arlington County Board, the first of our news stories, the Arlington County Board awarded 22 new taxicab certificates this week. The board unanimously voted to await demand for high-quality, reliable taxicab service. Okay, next one, Daniel.
In other taxi news, the board voted 3-2 against approving a new taxi cab company, EV Taxi Cab. They would have been the nation's first all-electric taxi cab fleet in Arlington. Board members Mary Hines, Chris Zimmerman, and Walter Tejada voted against them. Craig.
All right, in other transportation news, before the vote on the PPTA, an email from Garvey last week caused a bit of a stir. Ms. Garvey accused fellow board member and prominent streetcar advocate Chris Zimmerman of a conflict of interest. Zimmerman is a consultant to a subsidiary of one of the firms that consulted with the county on the streetcar issues. He disclosed the job 3 months earlier than required. Garvey's email was made public at the same time that it was sent to the board. Other board members defended Zimmerman, and the county chair denied any conflict of interest. So they settled that. I guess that got resolved. Okay, Daniel.
One or more outbreaks of the norovirus have been confirmed in schools in Arlington. Norovirus causes gastroenteritis, or infections of the stomach and or intestines. It's highly contagious, and common symptoms include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. But this usually clears up in a few days. And to prevent any infection, be sure to wash your hands thoroughly and frequently, and contact your health provider if you think you or one of your children are infected.
That's right. Precautions against norovirus, nothing to mess around with.
Absolutely.
This time of the year, flu season is upon us. Get your flu shot. Okay, we'll be back with our CBB items right after we hear from Adele Quo and
It's Easy Being Green. Hi, Adele.
Hi, guys.
Take it
Good to
away,
see
Adele.
you.
Good to see you.
right.
Happy holidays.
Happy
See you
holidays.
too. Thank you. The last show of the year, is that what I
No,
Close
second
to
to
it.
last.
Second to last.
Second to last. Get it
Excellent.
right, Adele.
Okay. It's easy being green when you're stormwater wise with conservation landscaping. Every home landscape design has the potential to help clean our air and water, reduce flooding, and combat climate change. Yet traditional landscape practices that use exotic turf grass and invasive ornamental plantings often work against nature and damage local streams as well as the Chesapeake Bay. Most people don't realize that when it rains, our large expanse of lawn is little better than an asphalt or concrete surface. They allow rainwater to run off your property. That rainwater carries debris and pollutants into the storm drains. The contents of these storm drains flow into the local waterways and eventually empty into the Chesapeake Bay. Stormwater runoff is the largest water quality problem in the U.S. today. As an Arlington County homeowner, you can design, plant, and maintain a conservation landscape to benefit your community, your local streams, and the Chesapeake Bay. Conservation landscapes use native plants. In our area, that would be mid-Atlantic native plants. Native plants are better adapted to our local climate and soil conditions. Some tips to get you started with your conservation landscaping include: take advantage of the natural setting of your site. Study the wild remnants of various habitats surrounding your site to try to determine what grew there before the site was developed. Select mid-Atlantic native plants that are best adapted to your local soils and microclimates. Your local nursery can help you with this. Minimize your lawn. Recreate the layers of plant communities found in local natural landscapes. As natural wilderness shrinks and suburban acreage increases, what we plant in our gardens is increasingly important. Discover great pleasure in recreating features in your landscape that occur in nature, like a sunny wildflower meadow at the edge of a pond, or a shady winding woodland path, or a steep bluff with rocky outcroppings. Besides staying true to what nature intended for a place, structuring your garden with conservation landscaping helps to preserve our rich natural heritage. The most compelling reason to use conservation landscaping design with native plants is to create a sense of place. Native plants not only make us feel at home, they remind us of this special geographic region we like to call home. So remember, it's easy being green with conservation landscaping.
Very good.
Great job, Adele.
Plant
Thanks.
properly.
Use native plants.
Native plants and keep them growing.
That's right.
Good job. Thanks, Adele. We appreciate your Easy Being Green segments.
And happy holidays.
Happy
And
holidays.
happy holidays to
And
you
go
as well.
Skins.
Go Redskins,
Go
yeah.
Redskins, all right.
RG3.
Here we go with the rest of our CBB Community Bulletin Board files. On Sunday, December 16, and every Sunday from 5 to 9 p.m., you can attend Columbia Pike Library's Jobs Lab. Participants can gain access to 3-hour uninterrupted computer reservations, free job-related printing, and help with job searches and applications. Drop-ins are welcome. On weekdays during business hours, small business owners can take advantage of the Arlington Library's free FRWE, free resources to help small businesses. The program is referred to as BizLaunch. BizLaunch offers workshops, seminars, and webinars on business plans, taxes, permits, licensing, marketing and finance, and more. The center also offers information, counseling, and research opportunities. For more information, give them a call, 703-228-0808, or visit the library's website. All right.
And now on to our new subject on our community bulletin board. Arlington Sports and Activities Sports in Arlington are sponsored primarily by Arlington Public Schools and the Department of Parks and Recreations. They both have a lot going on. Craig.
More information on Parks and Recreation now. Parks and Recreation has a league for local kids from grades 3 through 8, divided by age. Participants are placed on teams based on grade and the school district in which they live or attend classes. There's a developmental basketball league for 3rd graders. They play 7 games on Friday evenings starting January 4, 2013. And then the 4th and the 5th graders basketball games begin in January and will be played in 7 consecutive Saturdays and 3 Mondays or Fridays, depending on the competition level. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade leagues will begin their games on January 5. Games will be played primarily on Saturday, with the exception of the 3rd grade developmental league. There will be playoff games. For more information, you can call the league commissioner, who is Jan Groner, at 703-228-1809, or check their website, www.arlingtonva.us, and look for Parks and Recreation, and then search for the Sports House Basketball link. All right, Daniel.
In addition to all of these league sports, if you have a team, you can go to the community center's swimming pool, play ping pong, or use the gym for basketball, volleyball, or, well, even soccer. For more information about times, contact Thomas Jefferson, TJ, at 703-228-4711. Lubber Run at 703-228-4717. Carver at 703-228-0935, or Walter Reed at 703-228-0935. Correct.
All right, more information on Arlington sports now. The Arlington Public Schools team called Attack, a boys basketball team, players from 2 Arlington Division I 8th grade boys travel teams won the Braddock Road Youth Club Thanksgiving Tournament Championship. The team called the Attack defeated Southwestern Youth Association in the championship game. Coached by Ray Copeland, the Arlington Attack prevailed in 4 out of 5 games. Southwestern had defeated Arlington in an earlier tournament game, but the strength of their team's tournament record got them into the playoffs and to the championship game. So we offer congratulations to the Attack and Coach Copeland.
Such a creative, way to go, and such a unique name, right?
That is a
the
pretty
Attack.
aggressive name, so they lived up to their name. All right.
Absolutely.
Daniel.
Well, brighten someone's day by making sure they get something they want from the library. Arlington Public Library needs volunteers to help with requests from patrons for items that aren't available at their favorite library. Duties will include either going through the shelves, pulling the requested items, or sending them to the location where they will be picked up. If you need any more information whatsoever, you can call 703-228-7688, again, for any information and details.
Daniel. All right, we'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from our man about town for Theater of the Arts and a whole lot more, Mr. Rich Masabny. Happy holidays,
Hey, Rich.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
boys.
Christmas
Merry
to
Christmas.
You. How you doing?
Good, good. Nice.
You're
to meet
looking
you.
festive down there in
Thank
your
you.
hat.
Thank you, my
Nice
boy.
hat.
Thank you.
Nice hat.
Yeah, I've had that tucked away for a while. You know, I'm crazy about the Metropolitan Opera simulcasts. Yeah, I have them, maybe a couple times a month over here at Boston at the Regal Theaters. And they're usually around 1 o'clock, and it's live, right off the stage. Where am I looking? The right place? Yeah. It's right off the stage of the Metropolitan Opera in New York. And they just had one, Un Ballo in Maschera. That's the mass ball. And a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Now, all right, so that's passed. But on December 15, who doesn't want to see Aida? Big, grand opera. Aida, December 15, remember that. January 5, there's Les Troyens. And then it goes on and on. There's some on January 19th, February 15th. So you can't go wrong. Let me look and see if it's 15. No, February 16th, Rigoletto. Look, can't beat it. Try to go up to New York. It costs you a couple $100. But here, it's a little over $20. You can see the show. So if you want to know more, you can call them at 1-800-MET-OPERA. Or just look up metopera.org and see what you can find out. But it's great stuff. Ken McGee has something to do with this Washington Revels, or at least he likes the Washington Revels. And they had a show the last weekend, and they got one on the 14th and 16th, or the 14th through the 16th. I don't know, maybe 14, 15, 16. Anyway, they do it at Lisner Auditorium, and this is their 30th year. Ken McGee's been going there for 30 years, seeing this thing. And it's the Christmas Revels. Now, what it is on the stage of the Lisner Auditorium, they got a ton of people, all in costumes, old and young and everything else. And they have a lot of fun, and they have a sing-along. And Greg Lewis is like the song leader. This guy's been around there for a while. And he conducts all kinds of things to get people, this over here, you sing this, you sing that. So it's a real ball, a lot of fun. I think it's a great way to kick off the Christmas season. And let me just give you a phone number here, 301-587-3835, or look them up under revelsdc.org. Okay, now I want to tell you about a woman, author. She writes about women's health and other things, too. Her name is Sarah Lynn Mark, M.D. I've talked to her recently. She's written a book called Stellar Medicine. So all you females out there, well, guys too, you could be interested in seeing about health, and she's traveled around the world, really. She's a relatively young woman, and talks about post-traumatic stress syndromes and cardiovascular issues, all this kind of stuff. Can a kind of some sexy stuff here. Can a woman get pregnant after she goes through menopause? Can she?
I don't think so.
Well, you got to read this.
That would be my guess.
Page 79, you'll find out.
Anything's possible in this day and age.
You find out. Anyway, that's she has got a website. It'll be on the screen there, I guess. Stellarmedicine.com, and that's Sarah Lynn Mark, M.D. So I understand you get this book anywhere you want. Okay, right there. Now, you know, I like to close out with restaurants. I discovered a restaurant in McLean. It's only been there, I think, 3-4 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
New place.
called Bistro Vivant.
Ah.
You don't pronounce the T, right?
Vivant.
Right. But what you do is you're going down from here, say Old Dominion, you get to Cambridge Road, you make a right about a block or two, and on the left, you guys remember there was Three Pigs down in McLean for 100 years? Well, it's that location now. It's that location.
Dixie Pig or something like that.
Well, something like that. Or
Yeah,
Three
right,
Pigs, I don't know. But anyway,
place.
you know. But anyway, so I had a chef on there, Driss Zahidi. He's the chef, and then there was a guy named Icod. He's the owner, and they do nice French cooking and nice atmosphere.
Bistro.
It's a bistro.
It's a
yeah,
bistro.
It's a bistro. In other words, it's
They got a bar?
casual. Yeah, they got a bar. I wouldn't go there if they didn't.
Very good.
You know what I mean?
Of course you wouldn't.
Right. But it's you know, being a bistro, it's a little informal, you know, as opposed to something else. So their phone number down there, and you know, if you want, you can invite me, and I'll go down there with you, and you know, I'll tell you about their martinis. Anyway, 703-356-1700 is Bistro Vivant, and their website is bistrovivant with a T on it, you know, .com. And that's all I got to say for today.
All right, very nice.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
May Santa be good to you.
Yeah, thank you. Same here. Merry Christmas.
Thanks,
and
Rich.
all that stuff.
Okay, here we go. As promised now, I got my News for Seniors glasses. Here's our News for Seniors segment. And here we go. Oh, much better. Corinne Carpenter, Outreach Coordinator for the Parkinson's Association. We'll meet with seniors on Tuesday, December 18 at 10:15 in the morning at Walter Reed Senior Center. And she'll talk about the signs and symptoms of Parkinson's and what to expect in the progression of the disease. This FREE free program is open to the public. For more information and to register, call Walter Reed, 703-228-0955. Daniel, you're up.
Here's a reminder for Arlington residents age 55 and older. You can register for a 55-plus pass at any senior center or by going online to www.arlingtonva.us and searching for 55-plus pass. Having a 55-plus pass entitles seniors to access all of the programs and activities at senior centers, go on trips planned by the Senior Travel Office, and receive a bi-monthly 55-plus guide magazine. For more information, call 703-228-4744. Craig.
Okay, and this item in our News for Seniors files, 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 holiday celebrations are scheduled at senior centers on Friday, December 21. Langston Brown's starts at 11 a.m. Culpeper Garden, theirs starts at noon, and Lee's Cool Yule Social starts at 1 p.m. That's cool. It's a cool Yule. For more information and to get some details about all the parties that happen at the senior center, 703-228-4721. Pickleball.
Yes, pickleball players.
Don't you just
will
love
be
saying that?
Yes,
Pickleball.
pickleball players will be playing at both Walter Reed and Thomas Jefferson Community Centers on Tuesday, December the 18th through Friday, December the 21st. According to reports, pickleball is growing faster than any other sport in the country for seniors. And for more information, call the Senior Adult Fitness Coordinator at 703-228-4745. And of course, Craig, once again, we want to thank our own Judy Masabni of the Office of Senior Adult Programs for bringing us this information. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication.
We appreciate it, Judy.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot. Okay, up next on this edition, our Christmas edition of the Arlington Weekly News 2012 is Miriam Gennari and her guests from A-SPAN. Miriam.
Miriam.
Thank you. And now with me, Jan Shaharko, Director of Development and Communications, and Terrence Toussaint, Director of Outreach and Program Services for A-SPAN. Thank you for being with me, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Now, I'm going to start with you, Jan. Can you just provide us with a little history about A-SPAN's work with the homeless here in Arlington?
Happy to. Basically started a number of ways that programs do. Somebody said, somebody should do something, and people said, I'm somebody. And Laura Rinker and Pam Ewell back in the late 80s, early 90s started serving food on the streets. Interacting with people, they said the food is great, but we need clothing. We're looking for jobs. Can you help us get into housing? And so they connected with the Department of Human Services, Arlington Interfaith Council in 1991, formed ASPAN to really provide all the necessary services to go from the street into housing. And we still do most of these programs today where we actually serve food every single night of the week, of the year, and all the way up into getting people into housing and helping them maintain housing.
Well, but one of the things that we continue to hear about is that, this is a temporary shelter and that, it isn't open year round. So the rest of the times in the year, where are the homeless?
People are everywhere. They're trying to find shelter, possibly going to a place where their shelter might be open. They're living here. If you actually walk around at night, you will find people at the metro, on the street, at other programs. We're looking forward to a year-round center, so that way we can actually get people the services year-round. And we offer services year-round at Opportunity Place down in Shirlington, but we always want to do more.
Now, are the numbers trending up or down here in Arlington?
It's really difficult to tell exactly how many people are experiencing homelessness at any given time, but we do a point-in-time count one day of the year in January every year. And over the past 2 years, the number has been going down. Right now, the number on January 26 was 451 people were found. But over the course of the year, we'll work with over 1,000 people who experience homelessness for short periods of time.
Now that keeps you very busy, I know, but something else is keeping you busy right now, a discussion of a new building and some long-term plans. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was still in planning stages, but recently the county board voted to purchase the building at 2020 North 14th Street, which will contain a year-round homeless service center. So it's not just a shelter. There will be intake, mental health services, behavioral services, all sorts of programs geared to get people into housing. But another floor will be shelter beds and medical beds, so people will have a place all year round.
That is fantastic. Now, Terrence, you work directly with the homeless. You've been with ASPAN for over 5 years in operations. You see the day-to-day runnings of the facility. Where do you feel the greatest need is right now?
Well, in meeting and maintaining our relationships with our clients, we hear all the time what their needs are. And I would say that the greatest need would be for a year-round center. Come March 31st, when the current shelter closes, you have a period between March 31st and November 1st that you don't know where folks are. They could be sleeping at the metro, in the park. They could be in another jurisdiction just because there's no real shelter for that period of time. So the greatest need would be for a year-round center. And of course, when they move into the center or into our shelters, their next need would be affordable housing. We're not interested in keeping folks in a shelter for as long as they are around. We're interested in get into the shelter, take advantage of all the services, and then eventually move into affordable housing.
Now, what are some of the biggest challenges that the homeless faces? I mean, the typical homeless person, or is there a typical homeless person?
We don't like to think in terms of there's a typical homeless person. Everyone has a unique story. Any one of us on this stage can experience homelessness at any given time. So your typical homeless person, the only thing typical about them is that they don't have a place to live. And so their challenge is, how do I eat? Where do I sleep? The basic things that we take for granted.
So, well, now people here in Arlington and many citizens have protested and prodded and they've prayed for this year-round shelter. But it sounds to me like, given the individual's needs, it's more than just giving them a place to sleep at night, isn't it? Tell me, as you're out looking at different programs and trying to compare and contrast what we do here, what have you learned? Have you gained any insight?
Well, earlier this week we visited a center in New Jersey. And one of the things I was really excited about, I was telling Jan this earlier, is that for their database, we are numbers driven. We're always interested in how do we get more services to the clients. And for their database, for something as simple as eating lunch, when they come into their dining area, they have a biometric scanner. And so that person simply puts their finger on the biometric scanner and they get lunch and they go eat.
That's fantastic.
That was absolutely great. Yes, I enjoyed seeing that.
That's wonderful.
It's technology moving forward. You know, it's using technology to move this situation forward.
Well, I just want to thank you both for coming here and talking to us about the program at ASPAN and also the wonderful work that you're planning to do in the future. And I want to thank you for joining us here at the Arlington Weekly News. Gentlemen, we wish you and your residents a very happy new year. This is Miriam Gennari with the Sustainable Scoop. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Miriam, and the folks from ASPAN. And that's about a wrap for this Christmas edition 2012 of the Arlington Weekly News.
Go Redskins!
Anything else? Right. Anything else to add before we go, gentlemen?
Well,
what do you think?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, it's been,
Well, we still have one more show.
it's been a fast year. Well, one more. No, this is our Christmas show.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. So we're going to say
Say
goodbye.
good night, Gracie.
We're going to say good night. That's our
YouTube.com/Arlington
show for this Christmas 2012. Thanks for watching. Have a safe and happy holiday season. And next time you be there and we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.